Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into another video. Today's video, I'm here to talk about the news of Paladins and what's going to happen this week. One of the things that was mentioned in the tweet immediately is changes to the website. And you're probably wondering, what does that mean? So let's dive into it, okay? So first of all, you'll have this little tweet done by the Paladins the Game official Twitter page where you can find it just by yourself, but then we have a link to the Steam section of Paladins with the news. And immediately we are greeted with this, where the players are. So just to make it, easier for you and you don't actually have to read all of this, let me explain. The website of Paladins is being sunset, and what I mean by sunset, it means it's going to shut down. And before you start thinking this is the worst news in the world, it actually is not. Because all of the news, all of the patch notes, and everything else will be available in multiple different locations, the main one being right here on Steam. Okay, you will have this available to you also on different platforms, like potentially Epic Games, PlayStation, and Xbox. There'll be like certain locations where you can access a link and get access to the information that you need for a patch, the patch notes, the updates, some news, and so on. For quite a while now, Cryptek has been using this specific little section here in order to let us know exactly what is happening on that next week for Paladins. And every week we've been having this, which I'm not gonna lie, it actually works. Not only does it work because, people on Twitter will find this and they'll go into the link, so it's easier to actually follow the news. So if you don't want to be jumped in with this, information that nobody knew of, all this hotfix that it's happening on Wednesday, or maybe a potential showcase that's happening this week, this is the place for you to go, right? Also, you can check out my channel, which you're potentially watching it right now from it, so that's also a place where you can get news for Paladins and much more. So yeah, they'll do this little tweet, you'll have a little link, it will go into the store page of Steam where they have like a community hub where they publish multiple different things, and in this case every single week they'll let us know some changes that potentially are going to happen in Paladins. In this case they're talking about the end of the website. So if you actually try to go into the website itself already, and I click this, it goes into the Steam page already. They already made it redirect over to the store, the store page of Paladins. Now, there is a little trick which was working yesterday. I'm not entirely sure if it works today, so we're gonna find out. If I do this, I can still access the website, but this is temporarily because obviously this will potentially go away. If you go into the website, you'll see that some sections are no longer working, like this is not working, the champions section for some reason isn't working, and there is one thing that Cryptek does mention here which makes a lot of sense. This section here on Steam has actually had more players in one single week than the entire website almost in an entire month. So if you follow through Steam, and they also mentioned the potential, this being available on the other platforms as well, but if you follow the news through the launcher, in this case Steam, the little hub you use to launch the game, or Epic Games, doesn't matter, if you get access to that and you read this way easier than having to go yourself over to the website to then go to the news section to see if there's anything new or not, most people will not do this step. So being on Steam or so on is probably going to be a lot easier. Now you're probably wondering, but Kreepers, there was stuff on this website that was actually very informative for us, right? Like for example, the entire learning section for new players of Paladins, sorry, my bad. Yeah, they also mentioned that there's actually a link that you can click right there. I'll also leave it in the description. That will send you over to the Hyris website. And inside of the Hyris website, which is already shared by all games, you can actually find a section for new and returning player guide, right? So in here, you're going to be able to find everything you probably need for the game for you to start on the game, and or just, you know, to take away some doubts that you might be having. And even then, folks, you have other places where you can get this information. You got content creators like myself, Andrew Chicken, and so on. We're constantly doing guides and explaining to the new players or even older players some mechanics that maybe they're not aware of or they're going to need into the future. And so you can find this here. This is going to be like bare bones, very basic, but it has all the information necessary, although they do have to update some stuff. But essentially, everything is still here. And if you scroll all the way down, you're going to be able to find the videos, not only their videos, but videos by the content creators as well. I also have one here, for example, how to play Payload. You know, I'm also covering up some of the basics in that video. And I have a bunch of others that I already suggested to them as well, if they want to put it up on the website. And I actually spoke to Cryptech, and Cryptech let me know that in the future, more videos are going to be added. They actually have a little bit of a list, and there's one of videos, for example, from me who are gonna make it in, and there's more videos from other content creators who will also make it in. So you can actually go here and you'll be directed over to some content creators who are already helping out the community with this section. So this is not the end of the world. I'm going to be honest, I would love to see this in game, right? You know, like what Smite has, a little button on the side, and then you could click it and essentially have a little bit of a text. But unfortunately, due to some information that I collected a while ago, apparently the UI, or at least the menu of, you know, the main hub where you start on Paladins, it is still done in Flash, right? And this has been, you know, no longer gets supported. It's very old, and as such, there's a lot of problems attached to it, meaning that potentially putting this in there would just crash the entire client, if not the entire game. And to be honest, with the Switch still connected to the game a while back, right, before they shut it down, a lot was limited. A lot of things could not happen. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The website of Paladins is going away. So here it is one final time so you guys can check it out, you know, see how good it looked. And I miss the champions here, that, you know, clicking over to the side and so on. You go into the champions section, it's already not even working anymore. And once you go in there, it just literally blocks it out entirely for you. Like, as you see, I have to force this into the news section. They don't have anything else here. Like, the entire Chronicles is gone from here as well. But that's also another thing. They also mentioned that the Chronicles will be on this section as well. Okay, and in order to find here, this is actually on the all events section. But if we go here, search for Paladins, right? We're gonna go Paladins here. We have here the news hub. Okay, you'll be here. This is, for example, the so post I just showed you guys. And here's the thing, this actually brings an awesome thing to it. So with the website, people were just limited to read it, and that's it. You know, they would get the information, they would leave. No extra things. With this, we actually have one cool functionality, which is comments. So you do this, and if you scroll all the way down, you'll have comments. Oh, there's also here, no, this is the next post, sorry, the comments are over here. So you can go into the discussion area of this post, and you'll have people making comments. And so, like, imagine this is a patch note of the next patch coming up, right? And you can actually go and see comments from the community. So this is actually good for two reasons. Not only can people go in there and say, oh, I don't like the change to, let's say, Dredge, because he's the one on the picture there. I don't like the change to Dredge that they did. It's too powerful. They really need to look into it. So this is the patch notes before going into PDS. The devs actually have a little bit of a community hub where they can go and get this feedback from. And if this is available on Epic Games, Xbox, and PlayStation, then that's even an extra plus. I'm not entirely sure about the Epic Games, but I'll let you guys, you know, tell me down in the comments below if PlayStation, Xbox, and Epic Games do have a section like this. If not, then I guess we're going to be limited to Steam, similar to PDS also being limited to Steam. But then again, Steam does seem to be the most prominent place, the prominent platform for Paladins for either independently, right? Even if we do have a lot of players on console because the game is free and therefore they have a lot of numbers, Steam has always been like #1 since the start, like the OG, and plus also the one that has PDS available for you. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the news for this week. Also, if you happen to want to know this, there's also a change to the LTMs mentioned here. Enjoy a mix of Paladins game modes in one queue, now including the likes of Survival, alongside Payload, King of the Hill, Onslaught, and Team Deathmatch. So essentially, it's like a little arcade mode where you queue and you're gonna have all different modes. You can get one, you can get the other. So that'll be like the LTM itself. It's an arcade. And they have here our arts as well. I could show it to you. This one is made by Pango Boy up on Twitter. Very good. We have this little bit of I saw this one on Twitter as well, which is regarding the latest Chronicles where Azan gets saved by Emoji and Willow. Then we have this one, very cool art. I like it very much. I'm gonna be honest, like some of these arts are actually fantastic. And I hope that, for example, this one makes it in game. This would be a fantastic addition to sprays into the game. At least in my opinion, similar to Dan DeBrose's avatars. And I actually am thinking potentially of in the future doing a little bit of a video where I rate art of the community. So I'll tell you what, if you guys happen to be an artist and you think this idea is cool, I'm not gonna give you an email just yet to tell you, oh yeah, send me over the art. Not yet. What I would love for you guys to do is go into the comment section down below and let me know if you think that would be a cool idea. If you're an artist and you'd love to see your art featured here on the channel, then by all means, let me know. And if I see enough comments about it, then I will actually do a video where I'll do a specific little bit of I'm not gonna say tournament, but I'll actually explain how the future for a video, featuring art and rating the art will be in the future. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. For anybody who reached this part of the video, you guys are fantastic. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I hope that you will consider in the future to join our little group of friends here and help me out in the process. And yes, this has been Kreepers. I do news videos, meme videos, gameplays, and tutorials, mostly at Paladins, but also other games. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. And until then, have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.